Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 60 of the First Star Challenge with Everton. It's not really a First Star Challenge anymore, is it? We need to rename it. If you have any ideas, what can we call this series now? Now today we have two massive games. We host Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, and then we go to Manchester United, both in the Premier League of course, and they are second and third in the table. Now since last episode where we got underway with a good 4-0 win at home to Forest, we went to Newcastle and it was a little bit of a disappointment to be honest. You will notice it was more of a rotated team with the Winter World Cup coming up. The games are coming thick and fast, so I don't want to play the same team really 2 weeks in a row almost. I thought this team would be good enough. We were horrible in the first half. You can see for them, they had Pennington and Sigurdsson in their team. So two of our own former players, of course. First half we were horrible. We really were hanging on. In second half, we were amazing. We really should have scored a few goals. So over the course of the whole game, a draw is probably fair, but 0-0 is not what it should have been, like 2-2 or 3-3 to be honest. But we can't really complain, so a little bit of a disappointment there. You can see the league table. We're top of the teams on 4 points. We really need to be at least doubling our points tally this episode, though, don't we? We're getting at least 4 points from this, hopefully 6. But yeah, we've got two really tough games. So this is the sort of the pre-game screen here. You can see we are the favourites for this one. Which maybe doesn't suit us too much. We tend to play better as underdogs, I think, against Liverpool sometimes. We'll see from the scouting report here, or rather you won't see because it's behind my head, but they're a direct passing style. They're going to be attacking. And if we look at the analysis report here, the all-important analysis report, we can see the way that it says they're going to set up. I tend to think when they play at home, away from home against a better team, I think they're going to play a DM. I don't think they're going to play like that, to be honest. That's certainly what our scouts are saying anyway. You can see they're a little bit narrow, but high up the pitch, so we'll try and get down their sides if we can here. Key passes, they don't have many key passes. This was a 4-2 game, which makes me think a lot of their goals are just sort of either like long or direct balls, or they're crossing it in, but there's not many key passes there. So it's something to perhaps be wary of there. Now let's have a look at the team we're sending out, the heroes for this Merseyside derby. You can see we are also going to be a little bit more cautious in this one. It's Lafont in goal, it's Digne, Tar, Luis Felipe and Milo, Witzel, Canente and Sergio Gomez in midfield. Rafinha, you can see his match sharpness is low, and he was poor against Newcastle, to be fair. So hopefully we'll get a good performance out of him with Bernard, and Davy Selke goes up top. So there we go, we are matching up man for man. Our scouts were actually correct on how they were going to set up, so that's good. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Klung says, do it for the fans. Let's just say there's no pressure. Let's go no pressure. Some calm, we have faith. I really hope we put on a much better performance. If we can carry on that second half performance from Newcastle. I know you didn't see it, obviously, but second half we were really... What was we were just missing? We couldn't shoot to save ourselves. We were going over the bar, round the bar. It was sort of, or the post, I should say, rather than the bar. We just created chances but couldn't take them. So yeah, we need to obviously improve our finishing. Hopefully, Rafinha with that 90 minutes under his belt. I think it was 90 minutes. Maybe we took him off just before the end, but hopefully he'll be sharper this game. Selke looks like he's got a bit of a kick in the shin there early on. A bruised ankle. That's fine. He can play through that. We'll give it some more. Get creative here. Bit of a snooze fest to start with here. Now, when we played them at the end of last season, we brought on Vlagic, didn't we? Played a number 10, and we suddenly looked a lot better. So that's something to consider here in the second half. We might look to do that if things don't pick up here. Let's see what we can do with this. Here's Bernard going on a run. Bernard, can he square it? Bernard! Oh! What a strike. Unfortunately, it was straight at the keeper. But, yeah, it was... a decent effort, wasn't it? There it is. It's all headed away. It's there for Rafinha. Oh, it's off the bar again, I think. Or was it saved? And Selke's offside. Now, saying Selke wants to come off. It's a bruised ankle, though. He really should be fine. We do have Trevoh on the bench. We could look to put him up top. Let's see here. Selke! Oh, it's there. It's bouncing around and it's hacked clear. It was a free kick anyway. Let's throw a demand more out here just before the break. See if we can go and get a goal that our late dominance in this half deserves, I think. Though, to be fair, it was mostly from corners, those highlights, wasn't it? So perhaps maybe not as dominant as the highlights would suggest. Again, we haven't really played well, have we? Were their efforts excellent? I don't think they were. We've been the better team. Unlucky. Let's go with unlucky. Let's go with let's go with, there's more to come from you, more to come from you, and more to come from you. Do we take Selke off? Do we go with a number 10 to start with? Do we come out of the blocks fast, I wonder? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, wait, let's just see. We'll be a little bit cautious here. Let's just see what they do first of all. Nice idea there. Just didn't quite come off for us, did it? Let's give it a get creative nice and early here. Chiesa's picked up a bit of a knock, so he's gone off. That's, I guess, good news for us. Though if Mane comes on, it's not like they lose much, do they? All right, here's a highlight before we do anything on the substitute front. Before we actually make a change, we might try... Oh, they've just lumped it over our heads for Mane. Can we get a block in here? Oh, they've pulled it back. Oh, it's an excellent, excellent block from Tar. Is this highlight going to continue now? They're keeping the pressure on us here. I do wonder if maybe playing a number 10 just puts a little bit more pressure on them. But that will open us up, of course, won't it? Here goes Mane again. He's bent it, but it's gone wide. All right, let's go big or go home. We'll put Gomez up there to start with, rather than make the sub. We know Gomez is fine up there. He's proven it time and time again. He's a really, really good player. Let's put him on support. That all looks good. Match ratings haven't been great for either team, really. They've had more shots, but not that many on target. It's been a little bit of a snooze fest, if we're honest, hasn't it? Nothing's really happening. I wonder if we take it off, let's exploit the flanks. Let's shorten our passing though. Raise the tempo. Oh, I don't want to be... Let's just be more disciplined, if that makes sense, rather than more creative. Come on, boys. Let's demand a bit more here. Sergio Gomez over a free kick. Oh! I don't know if shooting was the right option there, but... It wasn't a bad one, was it? It was a decent effort. All right, he's looking tired, so we'll take him off. We'll put Vlasic on. Vlasic likes to attack, I think, doesn't he? So let's put him in that role. Digne's not having his best game. We do have time on. We could bring on... Neither of the fullbacks are playing well. Witzel's not having a great game either, so let's bring on Zamora. I'm a little bit cautious that we're getting a little bit too attacking here. But let's see what happens. Can we win that? We can't. Digne's there, though. He can. Zamora. Nice little ball there for Bernard. Back for Tar. For Ramos. Come on, boys. Let's build something here. It goes all the way back to Lafont. Lumps one forward, and that's not a good ball. Oh, and is this highlight going to end up coming back the wrong way for us? Firmino lumps one in. We should be able to win that header. What are we doing there? Jesus, boys. Just let it go out for a goal kick. They come back, though. Here's Bernard. Is this going to lead to something for us? Bernard in for Vlasic. Vlasic looks for Selke. He's offside. Surely it's a good save, but he had to be offside. Just lost our fluidity right at the end there, didn't we? Now we need to defend from the corner. Away, please, boys. Lafont's claimed that magnificently. Excellent stuff. Is that the highlight, or are we going to continue? It looks like we might be going to continue here. Digne out for Bernard. Bernard looks for Selke, but there's nothing doing there, is there? I'm wondering if we're not really getting anything out of exploiting the flanks right now, are we? Let's get rid of that. Maybe just look to play through the middle if that's where it is. That's where the play is. This is becoming a long old highlight. I'm getting nervous now. Oh, what's Lafont done there? What has Lafont done there? It's gone straight through his hands. Unbelievable. It's not a good header from Ramos, is it? To be fair, what has happened here? What's Ramos doing? He's just standing there watching, and Lafont's let it go straight through his hands, and that is an absolute nightmare. Push forward, boys. Come on. What can we do now? What can we do to try and save this? All right, let's take Selke off. He hasn't had a good game. We do have a free week after this, so we can look to do some attacking training, because between Newcastle and this, we looked really good against Forest. We haven't played well since. This is the second game in a row now where we really, really haven't looked like ourselves. I really want to avoid another slow start like last year, because that is essentially what cost us the Premier League last year, was a slow start. And now we've taken 4 points from our first 3 games. We're already... Liverpool goes to 9 points. We're already dropped off behind them. and yeah, it's not good. So there we go. Liverpool go top of the league. We are going to work on some attacking play because we didn't look like a fluid outfit there, did we? Whatsoever. It's just a day or two for Selke with a bruised ankle. That's fine. Sorry we've lost the derby again, guys. We don't have a good record in those friggin' derbies, so we'll be back and we'll try and take out our revenge on Manchester United. Okay, welcome back. It is time to put that behind us and get on with beating Manchester United. Once again, we are the favourites here, which surprises me just a little bit away from home. You can see results have kind of gone our way. We're still sort of up there in 6th, but it's the gap to the top we need to worry about here, and we cannot afford to be dropping too much further behind here, can we? Now, if we have a look at what we're expecting, it's a Jose Mourinho team. It's behind my head. Once again, I know there's no real way around this, but they're direct passing, and they're going to be cautious. So just really, really annoying direct counter-attacking team. We can see the way they're setting up there. Looks like they're going to play high up the pitch. I would like to try and get in behind their fullbacks because I think we can get at them there. But you can see that their key passes tend to be a little bit more direct as well. The problem I have is I'm not really sure, and this is sort of maybe a shortcoming of mine in the game, I'm not really sure how to tell them to do that. I'm not going to exploit the flanks to start with. But I'm wondering if we tell them to distribute to the flanks, if that's maybe the way to try and get in behind them nice and early. And let's try counter-attacking a little bit as well. Yeah, like I say, I'm not really sure. As I said, maybe a downfall of mine is that I sort of play the way I play. I don't always know how to change things around. Well, anyway, I need to tell you the team, don't I? It's Lafont in goal. It's Digne, Tar, Luis Felipe and Milo. Berg comes in because Witsel is match fatigued with Canente in midfield. Lookman comes in because Rafinha is match fatigued. So not ideal, but he plays on the right with Vlasic and Bernard. Selke goes up top. You see, we're going to be more attacking, though perhaps this is the wrong game to do that against a direct, cautious Jose Mourinho. So they are being sort of a little bit more defensive in midfield. Yeah, should we not be doing this? I don't know. Time will tell on that one, won't it? Well, good luck. They're going to need it. No one expects us to get pressure on you. We've got nothing to lose. What's annoying me here is that all this talk to you about the underdogs, we're the favourites for the game. So I don't really know. I expect a win, I guess. I mean, we're favourites, so I don't want to say we're the underdogs because we're not. I don't really understand why that they're my team talk options when we all saw we're the favourites, didn't we? I don't think I mentioned it on this series yet, but I did end my world tour, one of my saves, and I'm looking for a replacement series. So if you guys have any suggestions, one thing I'm thinking about is maybe something like, I don't know, like a Bradford City or Bolton, someone that really struggled this season just gone. And seeing if we can do any better. So that's something I'm considering. Someone like Oldham, who just blows my mind. They were in I think they were Premier League, weren't they? But they're certainly top flight. There's a good ball for Milo, for Lookman. Lookman, he's taken too much time, hasn't he? It's bouncing around. Canente's there. Can we find someone free in the box? How has Selke missed that? He's having a slow old start to the year, old David Selke, isn't he? Hasn't got a goal yet, despite the 4 goals against Forest. We did work, I mentioned this already, we did work on attacking play in training all week. I mean, you'd forgive me after that Forest game thinking that maybe that wasn't what we needed to work on in training for the lead up to the Liverpool game with the Newcastle game as well. But clearly we do. There's a ball into the box. It's headed away. Digne is there. One other thing I did do as well is I've changed Milo and Digne from wing-backs on support to full-backs on attack. Just so they start a little bit deeper. It's good. Another ball into the box. There's for Canente. Nice ball for Vlasic. Round the corner for Lookman. We're getting each other's way a little bit. Oh, Lookman with a strike from the heavens. How has he done that? Places it in the far corner. And that is 1-0 to Everton at Old Trafford. It's Lookman's first goal of the year. It's just about his first... No, I think he played against Newcastle, didn't he? But certainly he hasn't played that much this year. Well, no one's played that much this year. It's the 4th game of the year. But look at that. Oh, he's wrong-footed. Is it De Gea in goal? I didn't see who their goalkeeper was. But that is nicely done. It is De Gea in goal. Let's give this a demand more here. See if we can push on while we've got this seemingly advantage in the game. Come on, boys. This is better. Yeah, so let me know if there's something that you'd like to see. I don't know whether I should maybe go back to one of the That's a horrible pass from Davy Selke. I'm tempted just to sub him off after that. That is absolutely woeful. Is it going to cost us? Oh, Lafont with a big save that saves us, literally. Oh, that Davy Selke pass. He's having an absolute nightmarish start to the year. And that's claimed by Lafont as well. Yeah, I'm wondering if I go back to like one of the smaller leagues and if there's something you'd be interested in seeing, like Indonesia or the Australian A-League maybe taking over Mariners, who are the rubbish team in that. Yeah, I mean, if that's something like sort of a smaller league, but I get the feeling, just off my own sort of looking at my analytics, that it's the saves in Europe and particularly England that tend to do quite well. That's what people tend to want to watch. So if you have something you'd like to see, let me know. I'll kind of be trying to nail down something over the weekend, sort of what I want to do leading into next week. So I'm all ears, guys. Any suggestions that you have? What do we say to this? Things are going well, you're capable of better. That's probably the sensible thing to say, isn't it? We've done okay that half, but it is only 1-0. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'm a little bit cautious about is knowing that, Football Manager 20 is a long way away, but going right down the pyramid to sort of doing like a Vanarama North or South team, we're probably not going to have time in 5 months or so to properly, he's looking motivated, Selke. Let's try and rev him up. To properly get a really small team up and challenging in the Premier League. Because, I mean, 5 months passes really quickly. If you do 5 episodes a week, you might get 100 episodes. And then you look, my Villa save, for example, where I think it's 80-something episodes, and we still haven't won the Champions League with them. Now, that may just be me at Villa, but we've let him run way too far there. And should we have gone a little bit more defensive in midfield to start there? Oh, that's really disappointing. We are still playing cautiously, of course, so maybe it's a little bit of bad luck. It's bounced around, but you just think a DM would have been standing right there, wouldn't he? It's a good finish from Lukaku as well. Yeah, I don't think we'll necessarily have time to get a really small club up, whereas, a League 2, League 1, obviously a Championship team, you'd be a chance of that. So anyway, that's not Everton related at all, but if you have a suggestion, something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. I think we're going to take Selke off. He's only playing a 6.4. He hasn't done anything this game other than give the ball away, really, has he? I'm a little bit nervous about this, if I'm honest. That's a bit of a nothing tackle there, isn't it? Come on, boys. Oh, is that a penalty? The player's in the box. I'm hoping the ball might have been just outside. We're going to have to change something here, though, aren't we? Because this is not working. I think Sanderberg's in the box. I think, and I hope, that the ball was just outside. It was just outside. All right. We'll wait and see what happens here. I think we're going to have to change something because we are very distinctly second best right now. They've come out much, much better this half. What we might do is just drop Berg in. We'll drop Vlagic in as well, and we're taking him off. Selke is just not having a good start to the year. Bernard's not having a good start to the year either, is he? We got so much out of them from sort of the beginning of last season, and this year it looks like they've just gone back to their old selves, where I don't think we're going to see them till after Christmas somehow. Changes are made. Nothing has happened there. Let's demand more. It's still 1-1, so it's not the worst. What we don't want to do, I guess, Bernard's not playing well, so you know what we're going to do is we're going to bring Sergio Gomez on to play out there. We've seen him do well from the left wing before. We do have another sub. Canete's not playing well, neither is Digne. Let's bring Zamora on for Canete. And Zamora is, I think, probably, if we better off playing him as a central midfielder. Alright, come on, boys. Come on, can we go and win this game again, please? We'll stick to cautious against sort of my better judgment here. Is this a chance? Milo gets across into the box. It's well defended by Alderweireld, or however you pronounce that. That's one of those names. I think if I said it 10 times, I'd say it differently each time. Or the real world. I know how it's supposed to be said, but I just can't make my mouth say what my brain's trying to get it to say. This is not looking good. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. A little bit of concentration here in defence, please. Pogba. Oh. They've picked us apart, and that is absolutely infuriating. Oh, what have we done? Do we exploit the flanks now? I don't think so. I'll do that. Oh, Everton. Second half, we just haven't come out, have we? We've looked horrible, 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 and we're paying the price here. Let's get very creative. Not very creative, very attacking. I mean, there's still time, but the momentum of the game has completely shifted, hasn't it? Oh, it's off the post. You know what we need to do is we need to go back to being more attacking too, don't we? We need to get rid of the DM now. I mean, that didn't work. Was that a little bit sort of a panicky? Maybe it was. Maybe we needed to change the way we were playing rather than anything else. No, we'll just send him forward. Yeah, I mean, you can see by, like, we've kind of got players pigeonholed into positions now as well, don't we? Just because our key players aren't playing well to start the year. You just didn't see this coming, did you? I mean, I certainly didn't. With that Nottingham Forest game, it looked as though everybody was in form. We were firing. And I said after that game, didn't I, that Bernard and Selke didn't play well. And they certainly haven't started playing well since then. Tar hits one forward. Gomez is there. Gomez, here's a chance for Trevoh. No, it's just nothing happening for us, is there? Is there a chance to get a shout out, show some passion? We've got 20 seconds, well, 40 seconds actually. Here we go. Can we? No, it's with Pogba. And are we going to cost ourselves any chance of a title yet again by a really, really slow start to the Premier League? And we were so good in the first, well, not that good, but we played well that first half. And it's just all fallen to pieces in the second half. Look at these match ratings. Digne, we're going to have to get rid of him as well. He's played really well against Nottingham Forest and has just fallen to pieces since. Was it unlucky? No, I'm not happy. I'm just not happy with it. I mean, you take out that Forest game. We're not scoring goals. We're not keeping clean. Well, we kept the clean sheet against Newcastle, I guess, but it really wasn't a great performance. And now, with having played a game more than a lot of teams, we're suddenly 6 points off. It could be even worse than that. And it's just not going well. What we're going to have to do, I'm just going to have to go and play players in form until we get going here. We do have the fixtures lighten up a little bit for us now. But certainly by no means it gets that much easier. But anyway, that is unfortunately it for today though, guys. Really sorry if you have enjoyed that for whatever reason. Please do hit thumbs up. It helps. Yeah, this lets me know people are watching through to the end and kind of enjoying it. Even though I don't blame you if you didn't enjoy that. We'll be back next time. We'll do Spurs at home, and then we'll do the Super Cup against Manchester United. Can we get a little bit of revenge there, perhaps? And I'm thinking by this time we will probably know our Champions League group as well. So we'll be able to show the draw at that point as well. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, as I said, thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to not upload new episodes. And until next time, I've been Aussie Villain. Take care.